I think Kanye is in the position where he's like one of the few people that has the balls to do this.
Mm,
But he doesn't. No, who
he
else is
has
going to
something
do
all
it?
right. Listen, whatever.
Who? Who else is going to do it? Nobody.
Listen,
All these dudes. And there's one thing that has been exposed is all of these dudes are a bunch of workers. That is all they are. All of this boss talking, hip hop, all of that. These dudes are employees. Now they're rich employees, but employees they are.
mm-hmm.
He's the only one that has the balls to go and say these things. But the flaw of him is,
He has a lot of flaws.
I mean, as we all do.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Did you die becoming Jesus Christ, Shannon?
No, but I'm not denying that I have flaws.
Okay.
But okay.
Yeah.
But he's okay. Continue.
Yeah. He has the balls to do this. The problem is he doesn't have, from my vantage point, I don't think he has the gift to articulate his position in the manner to avoid obvious landmines in this conversation, right? Like the way that I set up my commentary, I'm sure a certain segment of people are still going to call me anti-Semitic, but anyone being honest can kind of listen to what I just said and be like, I understand what he's saying, right? This conversation needs kind of a scalpel, and I feel like all Kanye has is like a sledgehammer and some steel-toe boots, and just being perfectly honest, he's compromised.
I still feel like his choice of word. Well, you literally just said that, but also his follow-up choice of words, also fueled the fire in this conversation. I feel like maybe if he didn't say that,
what follow-up
I don't
choice
know.
of words?
When he said that he's gonna go DEFCON 3, I feel like that fueled a lot of it. Was that? Wait, I'm sorry. Was that before or after you
that
said?
That was before Drink Champs.
So that was before Drink Champs.
Yes.
I swear that was the reason why people were angry.
No, at first,
but then it got worse. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is the DEFCON 3 stuff, that was like a week ago?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that a week ago? Something like that. And he hasn't tweeted since then. He just went on Drink Champs like a couple 4 days later, 5 days later. And the latest commentary has been about, that. So yes, the initial tweet definitely did have people calling him anti-Semitic, which I get. Like, but once again, Shannon, if he had said I'm about to go to DEFCON 3 on white people, will they have called him racist?
But this is a different topic because
wow, why? For what?
I don't know. I feel like you can't say that you're going to go DEFCON 3 on a group of people that had mass genocide committed against them. That just doesn't. It's not the same when you pit it against white people. It's a historical thing. I just feel like you can't say that. You just can't do it.
And so you are buying the argument that Jews should be treated as a special class because of their history. Because I'm saying I'm not buying
to an extent, yeah.
Yeah, so this is good though, because this is what me and you would probably disagree. Because I'm not buying that argument. Now, once again, I still wouldn't have set the tweet out, but I believe your thinking is part of why anyone who kind of talks about Jews in a generalizing manner gets called anti-Semitic. Because of this belief that Jews should be treated differently because of their history. And what I'm saying is, if we are all agreeing to play this game of group politics and judging groups by behaviors, right? Where you have liberals who have no problem generalizing whites, you have conservatives who have been generalizing about black people for decades, and so everyone gets to be generalized about, but Jewish people. That's where I'm like, I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, the Holocaust isn't some special pass that you get. Like, there's slavery, there's been genocides, for the natives, there's been exploitation, there's been Jews that took part of the slave trade. Like, so like, your historical suffering to me doesn't bump you to no one can ever, criticize your behavior or even levy criticism, because, the criticism could be misguided, but you can't even levy one. I disagree. But you know, when I was talking about the fact that he's not qualified is when you kind of have enough stains on your image, people just get exhausted with you. Like it doesn't even matter what you're saying. It's just the fact that they want you to go away. You know, they don't want you around. They don't. They're not going to even extend to you the olive branch to like really break down what you're saying, to try to understand what you're saying, because you've burnt or like burnt, like, you know, the public goodwill. And so, you know, somebody like Kanye, who I personally can analyze, you know, specific statements and say, I agree with this, or I disagree with that, or I agree with this part. I don't agree with that part. I can't fault the individual who, you know, who has been so kind of mentally beat up almost with his comments or, you know, behavior, where they just want him to go away. And that is the thing.